So I'm really getting the sense, Rich, that relationships are, attitude and relationships, it sounds to me, are critical in whatever it is we're doing.
Sure. Yes, attitude. And, there's these 5 elements of C.R.A.S.H. You can use them individually, but if you use all 5, they interconnect and they interplay and they give permission for each one of them to, like, in its space to work. But if you use all 5, it's the magic combination because, without commitment, you might not develop relationships. And if you have a poor attitude, you won't develop the relationships. And then if you don't have the skill, people aren't going to be impressed with your abilities and recommend you. So then you don't have the relationship. And even if you do taste success and you don't stay hungry throughout all seasons of your life, then you will not continue to stay relevant. So for me, I'm in a position in my life where I want another 20 years of hard work being creative. So I want to stay relevant. So to do that, I have to make sure that I maintain the quality of my skill sets and then I'm adjusting with the times and learning new things. I almost feel like, the music business is kind of on its knees because of file sharing. And, this crazy German guy invented the MP3 and that really changed things. And we're probably going to be just fine. But I was like, if I have at least 5 creative revenue streams, if 2 of them go away, I'm still fine. But, for me, I have like 1 million revenue streams, and they all fall under education and entertainment. So I really kind of know, where I am. And if I have 20 different sub-revenue streams within those things, hopefully, even if the world changes a lot, I could survive the disruption.
So off the beginning, I shared, I'm studying to become a minister.
Are you?
I am with cool. Unity. I don't know. I have this calling inside that just won't stop.
You want to marry people?
No, I just want to unpack that stuff. Like I really want the knowledge and the education. And so one of the things I had to read this last week was Ecclesiastes from the Hebrew Scriptures. Wow. But what you said, and I'll just share with you what what he said: invest in 7 ventures, yes, in 8. You do not know what disaster may come upon the land. And so I loved your 5.
Oh.
Right? Like you had 5 streams of income that if 2 went away, you'd still be okay. And when you said that, I was like, oh, that's so great. Because I had written that one out because I'm in the investment world. I manage money for a living for people, yes. Right? So that to me was like, oh, that's a good scripture to talk about with people. Invest in 7, no 8, because you never know what might be coming around the corner.
I love that. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, you know what? And you're talking about money. I wish I wish parents would my parents were great. They did all the right things for me, but my relationship with money, it's like, I think that if you're a new parent out there, I think it's like a sit down that you have to have really early on. Cause my friends whose parents sat them down and said, we're starting you this thing at 3 years old. And, by the time they're 18, it's like they can buy a condo or they can go to college. It's like, so smart, so smart,
Yeah. And I struggled with the same as a musician. I grew up in a household where we said things like, money doesn't grow on trees and we can't afford that. And, we don't have enough money. And so when you develop those conversations in your head, guess what shows up? I mean, that you talk about that in your book, that how we think, is what ends up showing up. Hey, Rich, any last thoughts you want to share before we say our first goodbyes?
Oh man, this is a real honor. I'm so glad we were able to pull this together. And just to all your listeners out there, I'm just like a sitting duck. You can hit me on all the socials. It's just my name, @Rich Redmond. Probably most active on Instagram and Facebook. And for any drummers out there, I've got like 500 drumming videos on YouTube. And I have a training system called drumminginthemodernworld.com. You pay one time and you stream it for life. And if you guys are interested in the book, it's just at Amazon.com as a digital. And you know what? I'm just such a bad author. I don't know if I can have the physical copy delivered to you in Canada. I have to check on that. But just get the digital. It's like you download it to your Kindle. And I just recorded the version for Audible, which will be coming out in about a month, which I'm super excited about.
That's awesome. Yeah, I downloaded the Kindle version, and I'll be honest, most books I have on my phone and my device, and then they're with me wherever I am, and I can I can start reading. But hey, it was great to have Rich Redmond on the show. You can find him at Rich Redmond. Go to YouTube, check him out. He's drummed with amazing amount of incredible artists out there. They'll be on tour. The Jason Aldean band will be on tour. I know they're here on Vancouver Island. I think it's August 2nd. They'll be in Merritt at the Merritt Musical Festival on August 3rd, and then they're down in Washington State on the 4th. Great opportunity to see him. Have yourself an amazing day. Thank you for joining me, Thomas DeSchutter, your host on the Bloom Living Podcast.